It's the building blocks of our society.
The foundation of K through 12 education.
Literacy is all around us, and we're going to show you how it impacts our everyday culture.
And how, as educators, we are teaching the next generation.
With new and innovative methods and techniques.
This is Literocity.
Hi, I'm Holly Slaughter, Elementary Reading and Language Arts Specialist, and welcome to Literocity. In this episode, we are here at Madeira Beach Fundamental to feature teachers engaged in cutting-edge, standards-based professional development.
We're still looking at the elaboration, and then we're still...
We'll take you inside the classroom where teachers will be observing one of our coaches presenting a lesson to students, and then debriefing with the coach in order to gain a greater understanding, connecting the instruction to the Marzano framework. Plus, we'll visit one of the biggest collections of fictional characters and fans of sci-fi literature in the country, which also has an amazing connection to Pinellas County schools. But first, middle school English language arts specialist Chastity Downing takes us to an event where Pinellas County teachers are learning from nationally recognized authors and literary experts.
Welcome to our 2015 district-wide training day for secondary reading and language arts. Today, we are so excited that this is a chance for our secondary teachers to come together, gain classroom strategies, and gather new curriculum pieces from great presenters in over 50 different sessions.
The fact is that green line is introduced to us at the end of
To me, literacy depends on three essential behaviors: reading and writing, and developing the ability to talk about reading and writing and how they work together, how they make meaning, for an audience. And so if I want to graduate students who are practicing literacy at that high level, we have to practice it in the classroom every single day. We have to read, we have to write, and we have to talk about reading and writing.
And our theme today is inspiration and inspiring teachers and students. What inspires you when you come talk to a room of teachers?
Well, one of the teachers came up to me and told me that, I think she told me that 20 years ago, she was in a summer writers camp that I taught. And that's pretty inspiring. What it meant is that she found something about living a life of language that directed her into a career where she's exhibiting that, demonstrating that, and teaching it to another generation of young people. And what could be more heartwarming than that?
And I know that as classroom teachers, we don't sit around at night during the school year. I just had more to do. Some new initiatives, something else I have to teach. We've got food and medicine, I have to train as much. I've written a new book about this guy, I have to do work. God, I need more.
What's the one thing that you really want teachers to take away from your session today and incorporate into their classroom?
I think the biggest thing is to have new eyes. Look at what the kids are saying. Look at the presentations that happen in your class. And if you look at them with new eyes, you'll notice we have been inattentive to the most important language art. We have to teach kids to be better speakers. It is crucial for social and professional success.
I would like you to just have two words in mind before I begin this talk, and if everybody can repeat after me. Abandonment and liberation.
The highlight of the event is a presentation by Shadrack, an accomplished author and playwright who captivated the audience with his stirring story about turning his life around in the 8th grade.
There is absolutely nothing special about me. Nothing. The thing that I feel is really special in any way is the story that I have.
Shadrack tells his story, enduring persecution during the Liberian Civil War, fleeing to Ghana, and finally arriving to New York City, only to find different life-changing challenges.
When I came to the United States, I was 8 years old. And because of my age, in Ghana, I was in 1st grade, getting to 1st grade, and because of my age, they pushed me right into the 4th grade. Because of my age. Now, if you could imagine, here's a kid that just came directly out of war. He's learning how to communicate. He barely knows his ABCs, 1, 2, 3s. And now he's being told he has to learn American history. Yeah, there's gonna be a problem. This is the first time I'm seeing a textbook. I can barely ask the teacher to even use the bathroom. And it's amazing because this just kept on going. Not one person stopping to at least ask me, where are you from? What is your story? I'm just being taken from one place to another, and I'm being tested from one room to another. And not one single person just asking, where are you from? What is your story?
When I was sitting in those classrooms, I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know. Embrace the fact that we don't know what's going to happen, but also begin to embrace that within the uncertainty, you're going to find a way. Sometimes we want to control everything. And sometimes as kids, that's what we want to do. We're trying to control everything. So something that's not working, oh my God, I want to jump into that. That's because of not embracing uncertainty, I decided to try and control things, which is why I started going into all this, I did point on the gang colors and everything. But once we begin to embrace that, then things begin to happen for us. We begin to say, you know what, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to believe.
I knew that there had to be some kind of change. Some change had to come, or else I was not going to make it. And for me, I think that change came when I walked into my Read 180 class in 8th grade with my Read 180 teacher, Miss Murphy. And you know, the very first day I walked in, Miss Murphy had something right on the board, and it had to do with our life, the things that we were experiencing, what we were going through. I sat down, I started writing. And then Miss Murphy walked right over to my seat, and she looks at my paper and she says, Shad, you wrote this. You wrote this. This is excellent. You're a great writer. And I'm like, what?
One of the things that I heard when I was growing up was, when you're down to nothing, just remember that God is always up to something. Now, for me, that meant to feed your faith and to starve your doubts. And that's something I always follow by. And within a community, I think the moment we begin to start feeding within the people who are in our district, the teachers, the educators, every one of these people, once we begin to feed them love, because that's what it all comes down to, feeding, continuously reminding ourselves that we can make it through. And I think when I was in Ghana, the one thing that I loved about it was that the teachers and the parents were so close connected. I think I was telling you this, that teachers would come and grab me from my house and bring me to school. So the most important thing is to really continue to just feed that faith and remind each other that it is possible, that we can make it out of, because without her reminding me continuously that I can make it through, I wouldn't have been able to. So the words, the power of words, continuously reminding and reaffirming what we're capable of doing is something that we all need in our community.
How beautiful is it for someone the very first time they meet you to look past your mistakes and see something that you do have, the beauty in what you actually wrote, and tell you that you're excellent. It is amazing because that one little thing we forget to do as even people, not just teachers. How easy is it to look at someone and say, you know what, I know the mistakes you've made, but this is what I love about you. And to remind them. Because when we begin to do that, we begin to liberate those people who feel abandoned.
I think for them to understand that all the kids that actually walked into those classrooms from how many years they've been, or to even this year, to remind themselves that once they understand that it's not by chance that these students are in, they're going to be able to then challenge themselves to be better and to do the Miss Murphy and find out that one thing that teacher, that kid can do extremely well, and just remind them. Because sometimes we all need reminders that we're great at something.
So I want to thank you. Because you made a difference. You did that. You made a difference for me. Because now I want to keep teaching. You know what I'm saying? I was getting burned out, and I was like, I gotta try something new. And then when I heard you say that, I actually saw kids that I have kept in touch with over the years, and I was like, oh my God, God sent you here to tell me this was my calling. This is where I'm supposed to be. So thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And you're outstanding, and you made everybody. That's why after 31 years, this is the message I needed to hear today, because I love each and every one of my students.
Without teachers, think about it. If we do not have a teacher who is going to continue to uplift you, what happens to this generation? I think support is the first thing that's needed, and what with Miss Murphy, what she gave me, those power of words, those teachers need the same thing. To be reminded every day that that they are powerful, that they do mean something. Even those who have lost their way, we need to always bring them back to understand that these are human beings, and they're handling hundreds and hundreds of students. And we need to continue to remind them that they are powerful, that they are great, that we do appreciate them.
You're the reason that I do what I do. I've been doing this for almost 30 years.
Oh, man.
So, continue blessing.
Thank you, man.
All right.
And these teachers see firsthand the impact that they can have on a child's life. When we come back, we'll take you inside the classroom for a special training to elevate ELA instruction at the elementary level. Literocity returns in a moment.